hopefully y'all can see me. Yeah, that's good. We'll put it away for a minute. All right, so hi everybody. This is Charmy. I just wanted to start doing some live posts as we get some following around our page, Sweet Siri Equine. So today I kind of wanted to talk about some training tips, and I hope to kind of post these on a regular basis for everyone to kind of see what kind of training I like to do and how I approach things, just to get a better sense of who I am, my horses, and different things we like to do. So this is Charming. He is a year old and he is out of All Time Fancy. He is tall and gorgeous, and he is working on some desensitization. So I use air quotes because I don't like the word desensitization, because I think to people that means they just throw objects at them, or I use a plastic bag and rub it all over them and they're desensitized. And really I think what we're trying to accomplish when we're desensitizing a horse is getting them used to things that might scare them in the future or now or what have you, and getting them used to it, of course, but teaching them how to think through something that might scare them. So when they encounter something scary like that, they don't lose their mind and do funny things. Because especially when they're young, they're not exposed to a whole lot, and it's a good time to kind of get their brain working towards, what do I do when I'm scared? Do I flee? Do I stand there and think about it? If you're Flynn, my other gelding, you don't care about anything. But it's a good way to, see what ticks them, what they are like when they're getting worried about something. So when you do start to get to the training, like actual saddling them and stuff when they're 2, you can kind of tell when they're really bothered or if they're okay, if they're taking things okay. It's a good way to kind of connect with your horse and also teach them to trust you. Show them something that's scary and that you're going to help them through it. So there's different ways that I do it, and usually it's just by using different things. So I've used, a hard stick with a rope. Sometimes we just use the lead rope, because that's what we're doing with Charming right now. Is he doesn't like this. He's better about it, but you can still see, ooh, he doesn't like it tapping him. So we do a little bit of this every day and get him to think about it, see how he's still not quite sure. So we kind of just do this, and I would be outside there, but it's really windy today, so I wanted you to be able to hear me. There we go. So when he stops moving, I stop for a minute. He's worried, he's snorting, kind of look at him. But usually we do this out there so there's more room for him to move his feet. He's one that likes to move his feet. He has reactions, and I like a horse like that. I think they kind of are those, they wear their emotions on their sleeves, and I really appreciate that because I really know what's going on with them. Whereas Flynn, who's not bothered by anything, really is bothered by things. It's hard to tell. And so that's always concerned, because they might blow up all of a sudden out of nowhere if you didn't know any better. So I like a horse like this. He's spooky, but he's just a baby. He'll get better. Let's see. Took a break, and now he's like, oh, yeah, I remember this. We've been doing this every day for, the last week, and, oh, yeah, it's not going to eat me. And there's some spots, you kind of just do it all over their body. It simulates a lot of different things that could be happening to them. You throw a blanket over them, and the straps hit their belly, or hit them on the side because they're ginormous, like he's going to get, and I can't throw a blanket up over very elegantly. Or maybe a stirrup when you throw a saddle over them. There's lots of different things that this emulates that, while it's not the exact thing, we're teaching them a concept of, there's going to be things that scare you. There might be things that fly over you like this, that come in your vision that weird you out. But you've had that before and you know it's okay. You know that you're supposed to just stand here like a good baby he'd be, and it's okay. And you do the same thing. What does it feel like when we do on your feet? Because sometimes they'll be fine. See, they'll be fine on their front, but not fine back here. So he's a little more sensitive back here. So I kind of just stop doing it when he stops flinching. Or he stops having a reaction to it, big or small. But he's wanting to notice, so he's twitching his lip and stuff. He hasn't released yet, which I imagine he will in a moment. He's still nervous. He's still clenched together in his mouth. People always say look for the lick and chew. They're learning something, but really what that is them feeling, oh, okay, I don't have to be so uptight. They let out a little bit. Just like when we're nervous. When you're nervous, you clench all your muscles. You might even get really tight in your mouth. That's what's happening to them. So it's one way to read them. Like, are they keeping their mouth really shut? Are they snorting their nose? Are they twitching their lips? See, he's not sure. That's all right. Might eat him. It might eat him alive. But this is what the steps to getting a well-branded horse looks like and getting them broke. Is I start this, within the first week that they come to my house, is we just start working this kind of stuff. And it's fun having babies. You think, oh, get a baby, you won't be able to ride them, but it's not what it's all about. This is the kind of stuff that I love, and seeing the progression of where they come from. Because when he's, even a month, he'll be so different with this kind of stuff. And like Alex, you bring Alex out today and I do all this stuff to him, he's like, oh, yeah, whatever, you're a crazy lady doing all this weird stuff to me. And that's really fun to look at that transformation you get out of them. And this kind of varies. You kind of just got to think outside the box, like, if I stand back here, is that a problem? See, even before swinging the rope, I got him saying, oh, I don't know about you standing back there. I don't know. It's weird. You're also talking a lot. You don't normally talk a lot. So there we go. You got a little bit of a relaxation there, or a release, or whatever you want to call it. He said, okay, you're not going to do something crazy to me. Maybe on this side. So now we switch sides. We switch sides, and now it's a whole different ballgame. This is his worst side, meaning this side tends to be harder with things that I'm doing on him. It's more scary over here, whatever. They have their good and bad sides just like we do. But not too bad today. Huh. This is a good boy. Says, why do you throw the rope over me every day? But it's not everything's going to be a battle. You'll find, like, I'm going to pull out a hula hoop here in a minute. And we also blanket him. So he's used to having a blanket and the straps hitting him. But for whatever reason, this rope is a different story. So it's kind of expose them to as much stuff as you can that you have just laying around. You don't have to go out and get crazy things or big balls or whatever. Certainly it helps if you can get that kind of stuff, but I kind of just use what's in front of me at the moment. So I thought about, before this, I got a hula hoop because I thought, hey, hula hoop might be a cool thing to do, because I like the idea of you can put it around their neck and it kind of moves around as it hits them and all this kind of stuff. But I was unbagging it and I said, hey, you could use this Amazon envelope as a thing, See, different part of his body. Since it's weird, I don't like it. Okay. And notice I don't try to just force them to stand there. I let them flee if they need to really flee. I don't ever want them to feel trapped. That will just teach them, like, oh, every time I do this, I get trapped and claustrophobic, and oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. They need to run, they can run, I don't care. And that's why I usually do it out there, because it gives you some room. As long as they have boundaries. especially babies, they'll want to run you over, or right here in the shoulder, they're pushy because they're used to being with their mama, and you know that's how they are with their mom. They're really close to their mom, so you kind of just watch your awareness. Don't get stepped on. Don't get pushed. You know. And sometimes you have to give them a little bit of pressure, like right there. I said no, and I know this with him because I've done this with him before. I said no, come on, you can do it. Yeah, you're being a good boy. So now I'll bring out the potentially really scary thing, or maybe not. We'll see. So this is a hula hoop I got for like $6 on Amazon. He's never seen it before. So I'm gonna let him just look at it. Which is, he sees it and he says, "Wow, what did you get for me?" And that's kind of the point, right? It's, what is this new thing? Is it gonna eat me? Do I need to be scared? And that's kind of the whole concept that I'm teaching, is like, I'm gonna throw weird stuff at you. What do you do and how do you handle it? And eventually I hope over time the goal is to say, okay, you might not have seen a banner on an arena that when the wind blows it flaps, because we don't have that here, but you're able to think through it and not just totally lose your mind over something that might scare you. So this is pretty good. He's engaged with it. Sometimes they'll just totally shut down, but the way I like to do this, or the way I like to train, is to kind of leverage their curiosity. So this right here is pure curiosity of like, okay, I'm scared, but I'm also interested. Don't come too close. So I'll take it away from him for a minute and mess with it because it's not a nice circle. I put it together weird. Then I'll bring it back to him and say, here's some pressure. Check it out. You are scared of it. Yeah. You are scared. And then before he steps away, I try to move it away. So it's that pressure and release type of thing that folks like to name it. I like to think of it as I'm leveraging their curiosity. I'm not just pushing it at them to the point where they're just like, whoa, and they're not going to be interested in it. They're supposed to be more concerned about that it's giving them pressure and they need to run from it. I want them to think, well, I want to inspect this. What is this thing? So sometimes a good way to do this too is just put it on the ground and let them sniff it. They'll paw it. So don't put something down that's expensive or if you care about, you know, and just kind of let them come to it on their own. And you'll get some horses that they shut down and they just don't want to, and that's a little bit different. But for the most part, he's not one of those kind of guys. He's really curious. He's also very, you can see, he reacts to things. And like I said, I like that kind of a horse. So he's thinking about it. And the way I know he's thinking about it is see all the movement in his face. He's blinking. He's moving his ears around. His lips, I don't know if you can see it too well on the camera, but his lips are twitching. But not to the point where I think he's, you know, overly concerned. He's a little bit concerned. It's new. See, now he's kind of coming at it from the side, trying to look at it. Or maybe, yeah, he's trying to come from the side, and that's totally great. It's totally what I want him to do right now. Yeah, it's a good boy. Yeah. Let them come to it instead of always just shoving it on them. You know, I think a lot of the time we do desensitization that we're just like, oh, shove this plastic bag on you. Oh, shove it. Get used to it. Instead, like, a lot of just letting them come to it on their own, letting them kind of do it in their own time, really does a whole lot for them. He's scared of it. He's coming over here to me, but he still wants to check it out. He's just really unsure about it, and I'm not going to force it. Because I think sometimes if you force it too soon, it's going to take a lot more time to get them totally trusting of it. But usually the start is they'll put their nose, neck, feet. So he'll what I'm hoping to see the progression is that he'll put his nose on it at some point. Right now he's looking at it. I won't get close enough to that. But here in a minute, I hope he'll get brave. He'll put his nose on it. He'll maybe paw at it. And in all that process too, he might have a reaction where he's like, whoa! Like that, like, whoa! You do something weird, like, whoa! I have to move away. And that's fine, they'll come back to it. As long as it's not coming at him. And if you have a horse that's just down, sometimes you can encourage it by, you know, I've done like with Alex when he was totally like anti-tarp. He didn't want anything to do with the tarp. From the little he was little, and even to now, we still have to work through that. He's very much, he hates tarps. They're gonna sink into the bottom of the earth with him. They're gonna eat him. And what I tried with that is, you know, a little bit forcing the issue on there is I put treats on there to try to encourage him to get on there, which kind of worked. Sometimes you can drag it behind you and kind of walk, and as you drag, and you have a long lead, so they kind of get a look at it as you're walking. Though there's some kind of different ways to do that if you have a horse that just kind of shuts down to this is the basic kind of stuff here. So you can walk them to it and kind of encourage them, but you kind of got to just kind of read what's going on. I wouldn't do it if they're overly just like panicking about it. Like he's not right now, so it might give him some pressure to say, all right, come on, let's go look at it some more. Let's get closer. Let's get closer. Yeah. And it's hard. It's all a process that you build one building block on another. Like right now, this is really hard for him. But you know, as he progresses in his training, this is going to be a cakewalk. He's not going to think twice about it. But that's just kind of how it goes. So he walked really close right there, so that's really good. And so sometimes you gotta just too say, okay, instead of us just staring at it, let's walk away. Take the pressure off. Let him have a bit of a release. And come back to it. I mean, honestly, like if you left this thing in the field, it's what they'll do. Say you just put this thing out in the field and say, hey, get used to it. This is the progression that they'll make on their own. They'll come to it, they'll look at it, they'll discover it's not a scary thing, and then they'll go, oh, this is fun. This might be a fun thing if you have a playful horse. And look, see, he got even closer. He almost touched it with his back leg. And they're not dumb. They know where they're putting their feet. They really do. Except for sometimes babies don't, but him putting his foot that close, I know him, if he's really scared about something, he's not going to put his feet anywhere near it. He wouldn't come this close to it. And he's worried, and I don't want him to run me over here. So don't just be careful with this kind of stuff, because they can hurt you. They're babies, but they can get scared and bulldoze you or pin you, so don't put yourself in odd positions. Standing in my pack-up stall like this isn't the best place. Usually I like to do it in a really nice open area. Even then they can still bulldoze you, so you just gotta really just be watching him. Oops, he touched it, that's great. He didn't completely, he had a little bit of reaction, but he didn't lose his marbles, so it's really good. It's really great. And he's like, huh, that was weird. You didn't even put my nose on it. That was weird. It was really weird. The goal eventually, I want to get that to where he's comfortable with it. I can touch him everywhere. See, he touched it that time, didn't freak out. So there you go. It's all just little milestones that he's looking. He's learning. Oh, okay. I don't have to be too scared of this. I can put my foot on it. It's going to be a whole different story when I raise it up and it starts touching him. Oh, he stepped on it. That was a little bit scary. It's all right. Just go with him and let him leave if he feels like he needs to leave. And at some point too, I'll pick it up and I'll try to rub him with it. Or I might just stop here because honestly, I'm really proud of him for how brave he is with touching it with his foot. It's pretty scary. What if it moves? What if it moves on the ground? Because it does move. That's kind of scary. And babies are fun. Some people don't like this kind of stuff, but I really like this kind of stuff. It's fun to get them to grow and be confident horses that one day will be broke horses. See, he's getting older. That's okay. Let him come out. Don't like to get him cornered because that's what happens. They start panicking. You stay out there and we'll move around, bud. But that's what I like, seeing that, teaching them to be good citizens, and it sets them up for being successful in their future. Some you just get and they're just broke. Like Flynn, I tried everything with Flynn, meaning I tried to get a reaction out of that horse, and everything that I threw at him, he didn't care. So, some horses you just get and they're born broke. And those horses, while they're fun in their own way, they're not all that satisfying because you didn't really do much. It was just kind of their demeanor. But see, he's putting his nose on it. That's why I'm forcing the issue a little bit. That's what I meant by it. Forcing the issue a little bit by making him approach it when he doesn't maybe want to. Try to touch him with it. That's good. See, create a draw. Like I'm not pulling on him, and he's coming from my draw, which is really good. Not totally just evading, so I'll approach him. Say, hey, all right. Let's go back. Yeah, that's the topic for this Friday's live session. We're gonna just do more of this and probably don't need to watch all of that because it's just wash, rinse, and repeat type of stuff. But we'll have more of these coming. Maybe we can get a schedule going, but just kind of do these as I have time. And if you like these or have any questions or any just general comments, please leave those below, like or share if you found this useful. And if you have any requests for topics, would be happy to look at those. Thanks, everyone.